Right then, this is a quick walk around video for an absolutely gorgeous Honda HR-V, massively equipped car. This car has covered just 53,000 miles, it comes with a full Honda service history, right up to the service we've just done, but it is packed with extras. It looks fantastic. It's got the exterior styling pack, so you've got the extended front and rear bumpers on the car with little black inserts at the bottom, the tapered side steps as well, door protectors, wind protectors, black alloys. It just looks absolutely stunning. And as we say in the advert, this isn't going to be the cheapest HR-V out there, by goodness me. It's going to be, if not the best looking one out there, right up there with anything else, certainly. And it also happens to be in lovely condition. Front of the car, as you can see, nice deep front spoiler. The lights and lenses are clear and intact, there's no cracks or condensation in them. Bonnet, absolutely beautifully clean. And to come down the near side first, passenger side, absolutely mirror smooth in the panel work. These look absolutely lovely on the car as well. Around the back of the car, you get the silver garnish protector as well, another option. So you get the deeper rear spoiler with the black insert there. And they're all really subtle, it's not garish in any way, it just looks absolutely fantastic. Offside of the car, again, lovely and smooth in the panel work. And the wheel, as I always say, there will always be a tiny imperfection somewhere, so we do ask people to bear that in mind, but crikey, it says been kept absolutely beautifully. And we've washed off the outside for the video. We have not cleaned the interior, which I'm going to come to next. It will be cleaned, but it hardly needs it at all. Let's come into the back of the car now. Massive boots, and as I said before, not been cleaned, but load liner fitted there has protected everything wonderfully well. It's coming into the back, and this is the Achilles heel of all family cars, because this is where the kids sit. Yet the leatherwork looks as though it's hardly ever been sat on. Coming to the front of the passenger side, again, lovely and clean passenger seat. Again, exhibits virtually no wear at all. Finally, in on the driver's side, again, door card, lovely and clean. Likewise, footwell areas, and driver's seat for an 8-year-old car is in absolutely fantastic condition there. So inside the car now, engine's running as they always have, so the dashboard can be seen illuminated, which to all intents and purposes looks absolutely as new, in stunning condition. Sat nav working exactly as it should, and likewise reverse parking camera also. And into the dashboard here you can see 53,105 miles, and there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all whilst the engine's running. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a wonderful car. This is for a Honda HR-V 1.6 EX diesel. Car's registered OW65KFT, and with a mileage of 53,105 recorded. The reason for all of our videos, and especially, as I always say, this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of our cars advertised, they get to see the very car in question in operation. The reason we feel it's important is simple. It's because, like far too many people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, only to get there and find out there's an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car. So hence that's why we do it. Also done on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, so hopefully then it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, as you know from the walk around video, it's a bit special, this one, not only in the way it looks and the way it's been kept, but the way it's been maintained as well, and the investment in its maintenance is immediately obvious to people, immediately obvious as soon as you drive the car, because it just drives absolutely beautifully. So this is one of those interesting situations. yeah, I mean, it drives absolutely amazingly well. It just feels as tight as a drum in every way. Starting, as I always do, with the engine, which starts instantly, settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. The engines are brilliant diesels, as simple as that. On the move, they're smooth, they're quiet, they're punchy, they perform very well. But the whole point of buying a diesel ultimately is for economy, and that's where these excel, because the economy, unlike some cars, comes very, very easily to the car. It's not to say you shouldn't drive smoothly and as economically as you can, but some cars you just have to sort of nanny them along, constantly to get anything like the economy out of them. But these, you could just drive normally and still achieve very, very high economy figures. They're also cam chain driven, so there's no cam belts to ever do on them, which is a major positive. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch in the car, absolutely perfect, bite point exactly where it's meant to be. It's nice and smooth in operation as well. And then you have one of the best 6-speed manual gearboxes you'll ever use, actually. It starts with the shaping of the gear lever, the positioning of it, which is perfect. But the actuation of the gear change is just fantastic. It's, Honda put huge effort into making sure that their primary controls, and especially the stuff you're going to be using on a regular basis, should feel good in terms of operation, but in a tactile feel as well. But the gear change, it's so snappy, so satisfying. It feels as if, even if it isn't, the gear lever is going directly into the gearbox below. It isn't, of course. It's going under the bonnet of the car via cables, but that is incredibly slick and positive, and it feels exactly as it would have done when it was new, by the way. So coming to the steering and chassis of the car, for a car of this type, again, it's more dynamic than lots of its competitors. As soon as you turn the wheel, the car likes to move. It's the steering's beautifully weighted and precise, very accurate on the road. It's one of those where it's very easy to get steering wrong on cars. Too direct and they can be oversensitive, too slow they can feel slovenly, but this hits the sweet spot really nicely. It also tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, actually. The chassis itself, what it gives you, sorry, that bump there is appalling, by the way, which is, well, I'm listening out for any kind of rattles or clonks coming from underneath the car that shouldn't be there, and there are absolutely none at all, so all in very, very fine order. The suspension, again, what it's trying to achieve is, all but impossible. It's trying to achieve a comfortable ride, but also allowing you to sort of flow through corners nicely, and it does that really, really well. The ride is compliant, well judged, nicely damped, but when you go through corners, the front end tucks in nicely, it follows without lots of pitching and wallowing, which again a lot of its competitors do suffer from, but this one doesn't do that at all. Brakes on the car, I'm just going to give them a little shove as I come leave this a little bit late for this junction. I know, because we checked underneath, the front brakes looks like they've been replaced recently, but the brake pedal's superb. There's no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the pedal, and they're nice and powerful as well, which is all you want from brakes. Worth pointing out, by the way, that tomorrow, I'm hoping, the car will be heading off for an independent MOT anyway, so all these things are going to be checked as a matter of course. Finally, coming inside, it got this wonderful interior, been beautifully kept, really has, very well built cars. You've got a lovely driving position, supportive, comfortable seats, a kind of modern looking dashboard, but one that's actually, unlike so many, really easy to use. The first thing I always look for in a car, can you change things like your temperatures? Sorry, just fuel lights come on. Can you change your temperatures and fan speed separate from your main menu? And you can. You've got a separate display for your dual zone climate control, which, by the way, pumps out absolutely ice cold air. Sat nav and reverse camera working exactly as they should in the car. Also, likewise, press a button, you've got your heated seats there. Again, all working exactly as intended. but it's, you know, it is a kind of quite a modern looking design, but, you know, quite, you know, very, very functional in the way it operates, but very simple. You get in the car, you can drive them straight away, very, very easily indeed. Then your dash binnacle in front, beautiful detailing, simple, legible, minimalist in lots of ways, and all the better for it. And finally, lovely leather-bound steering wheel, feels great in hand, and like the rest of the interior, has just been kept in really, really fantastic condition. You know, I can't fault the car in the way it drives at all. I wasn't expecting to. I've driven it before, but you know, it's a timely reminder sometimes when you get cars in when you haven't had one for a little while, maybe, as to, you know, why they are so sought after. And this one, you know, is they really are a premium quality car in this sector. I think they're as good looking as anything. They're more practical. They're the most reliable in their class by quite a long way. But they're just a lovely car to sit in and drive, and that's probably the most important part of all in lots of ways. But no, like I said, simply cannot fault this car at all.